Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have a Jiro ex-listener. It's Staring by Suki_rising on AO3. The link will be in the description, and let's go ahead and get into it. Denki walked over to Jiro, standing in the common room kitchen, thinking of something funny to say just because he likes to see her smile, even if it is at the expense of his dignity, as it so often is. But as he got closer, he could see she didn't look in the mood. Quite the opposite, in fact. She looked to be in some sort of mental distress. The electric boy definitely knew how hard thinking could be. What's with the face, Rockstar? He knew she appreciated his acknowledgement of her musical passions, even if she whined at his nicknames being embarrassing or cheesy. It seemed like she was really focused, not even noticing the bubbly blonde walking over as she got spooked by the sudden noise. Huh? She looked up, assessing her surroundings and coming back down to earth. You seem really thinky. What is it about? He perches up on the counter beside her and gives his full attention. It's nothing, just I'm probably overthinking things, but Jiro lowers her voice, mindful that they are in a public space in the dorms. Listener keeps looking at me in this way like they're thinking really hard, and I think they might be mad at me, but I don't know what I did. You mean like that? Denki had looked around as soon as he saw your name was mentioned, because he remembered seeing you before chatting up his favorite classmate. Now he saw you again from a new vantage point. You were clearly staring daggers at Jiro, and so focused you didn't even notice the electric boy looking back at you. Jiro froze up, stiff as a board. Oh god, they're right there, she said, slightly panicky. I should apologize. I should ask her what I did and apologize, since so sincere, and I know not to do it again. It looked as if she was formulating a plan in her head as she said it, eventually starting to mumble out all the possibilities for what she could have done, looking almost like Midoriya when he writes his hero notes. Hey, Denki interrupts. I know you, Jiro. You're the most considerate, shy person I know, and you never step on anybody's toes. You are not the problem. Denki himself becomes perplexed at the prospect of someone disliking Jiro, and if they've got a problem with you, I've got a problem with them, because you are literally the best and their distaste with you is baseless. His last words really pulled Jiro out of her thoughts. Whoa, big words there, Denki. She giggles lightly into her palm. She was so taken aback she didn't grasp the meaning of his sentiments till he came up with his own plan. I'm just gonna go over there and ask them what their problem is. He hops off the counter immediately and starts his trek to the common room couches where you reside. He starts off so fast that Jiro doesn't have the chance to stop him without making a scene of yelling or attempting to block his path. She turns back to stare, horrified at the counter, dreading the next few minutes. Suddenly, the view of your crush is completely eclipsed by a hand snapping in her face. You blink rapidly and try to get your head out of the daydreams you were just reveling in. Is the only thing you can muster at the sight of your classmate Denki, standing in front of you, looking less like his normal humorous self. Why do you keep looking at Jiro like that? He asks, looking more serious than you've ever seen him. Oh, you've been caught, and by her boyfriend no less. This could not be worse. You really should have paid more attention to your surroundings. You just couldn't help falling into daydreams about her. I'm sorry, you quickly blurt out, embarrassed. I wasn't thinking. I know you two are together, and I'm sorry for staring. You're quickly working up into a ramble, but you're cut off by the look on Denki's face. His brows are furrowed and eyes wide, looking at you like you're speaking an alien language. You're horrified for the second that it lasts before it morphs into an expression that would warrant a light bulb flickering to life over his head. He gasps and then breaks into laughter. Oh my god, you don't hate her, you just like her. Dude, you had this really intense look on your face. It was confusing. He resolves like everything is explained. You, however, are still confused. What look? You're not mad? Seriously, is this a dream? You are beyond confused. Yeah, you were looking all intense-like. He pauses for a moment to think of a comparison when he spots his hot-headed friend also in the common room, like how Bakugo looks at Midoriya, like he's planning his demise. He laughs as the attention of said classmate has caught on to your conversation. Oh, no, we're not dating, so I don't care if you like her. It seemed like he had a little more to say before Bakugo stepped in to defend himself. I don't plot, dumbass. I'm not some evil villain, the blonde yells from the couch. Never missing a beat or a chance to tease his explosive friend, Denki responds, Aw, do you like Deku like listener likes Jiro? He giggles in the second before he has to dodge a precisely aimed explosion from Bakugo and start running from more oncoming attacks, leaving you reeling and trying to digest his final words to you. So they weren't dating, and he didn't care that you had a crush on her. This was a relief, even if you knew yourself well enough to know you still didn't have the guts to do anything about it. Though you completely forgot that Jiro was in the common room the entire time, and most definitely heard every single word of that conversation. That is, you forgot until she walked up to you. Jiro didn't even really know what she had to say. She was just overwhelmed with relief of knowing her crush didn't despise her, in fact, liking her back. When you do see her in front of you, you stand and start your apologies once again. Even if she wasn't in a relationship, your feelings probably made her uncomfortable. I deeply apologize. I should have kept my feelings hidden into myself. I never wanted to make you uncomfortable. You're stopped when she speaks up. That's really why you were always looking at me? You're caught off guard, but respond immediately. Yeah. She smiles shyly and cups your face in her hands, bringing her forehead to rest against yours. She doesn't make eye contact out of initial embarrassment, but then flicks her gaze up to you, hoping to convey her emotions. For good measure, though, she kisses you sweetly. I like you too, listener. You're frozen, looking back at her, dazed. She continues, I was worried because I've liked you for a while, and I noticed how you'd look at me. I thought you hated me. She giggles now at the misunderstanding. Of course not. You're so wonderful, Jiro, you confess. Finally. I hated that I liked you so much. I hated that I didn't have the guts to tell you. Then you've got nothing to worry about anymore. And the two of you leave time behind as you stay there embracing and letting your mutual feelings be known to each other. Alright, that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!